Welcome back, everyone. I am very excited about bringing on my next guest. She's never been on the air with me before. I have with me Jean Lueders, and she is a John Maxwell team partner. And she even said that she can say that, and I want to talk a little bit about what that means. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you mean by you can say that you're a partner of his.
I am a member of the John Maxwell team. The John Maxwell team is an international team that with thousands of people all over the world, probably 130 countries. We call ourselves partners because we have been given permission to call ourselves partners. So I am a partner with John Maxwell. If any of you know who he is, that might sound a little absurd, but
who is he?
That's
Tell everybody. I do know a little bit about it. I know he's written several books. Let's talk about a little bit about who he is.
He's an internationally respected leadership expert, speaker, trainer, coach, and author, and that's pretty much who we are, speakers, trainers, coaches. And his whole philosophy is everything rises and falls on leadership. And we'll talk more about that later, but the team is made up of thousands of people, as I said before, all over the world, probably close to 15,000 people. We get together twice a year in Orlando, Florida, and it's exciting to meet all these people who have a heart for the same thing that I do.
Okay, so when you work with people, you told me that you can work with anyone from anywhere, and you work not only, mostly today we might talk a little bit more about the business kind of coaching that you do, but you can literally do any kind of coaching, you said.
Yes, we coach corporate people. We work with companies anywhere from 50 to 400 employees. We coach pastors of churches.
You also said even mothers.
That's
do.
Right.
What did you tell me before you came on? And just forget about all of this for a second. Can you tell me before you came on a little bit about what you said, what leadership really means? Because I had said, oh, well, leadership is really more for businesses. And you kind of looked at me, and what did you say?
Well, leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less.
So if you got kids, you got to influence them, right?
Exactly.
So that's why it's really for anyone.
Exactly. And I ask people who they think is the most influential person in the family. And that's very interesting, the answers I get, but most of the time it's mom.
Right.
And it's because she's the one that serves and cares and is most involved with the kids and what they do. And that's in a two-parent household.
So when we're talking today, I want you to all think about this book is that we're going to give away. We're going to enter everybody in to win a free book, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But it is for anyone, not just business people, because moms out there, you're leaders too. So
that's right.
So anywhere from whether you have a business, you can even be in your own business and self-employed. Mm-hmm. You still have to lead yourself. So that's why this book is for anything. Now let's talk about the book. You said it's 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. What does it mean?
These laws are, let's see, I don't know how to put it. These laws are principles that stand and will have withstood the test of time and will continue to stand the test of time, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. They are not just something that John thought up or read about or something he's gathered from a bunch of people who are going to change their minds next year or whatever. These are long-standing principles, like the law of the lid, for instance, is the first one in the book, and it's about your effectiveness as a leader. If you are an effective leader, the people under you will be effective. We talk about on a scale of 1 to 10. If you're an 8, the people under you will
be a 5.
They'll never be more than an 8.
Okay,
and that's...
Okay, so now this book we're going to do, if it's okay with you. You also said that you also do lunch and learns
yes.
for basically businesses that you do that for, right?
Yes.
Okay, so, and this is a free lunch and learn that's a 45-minute one. It's a $250 value free to you. But we're going to do this. We're going to enter everybody in to win this book and the free lunch and learn. We're just going to put it like that. It's a $250 value free to you or anyone you know. You don't have to be in business in order to get this. This is for anyone to be a leader in any way, shape, or form. The book is called 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and it's by John Maxwell. He's written many of them. I know this is going to be a great one because I've heard of several of his others. So we're going to open up lines to the audience. Our number here, 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. If it's you, if it's someone that you know, if you work with a manager and you think your manager ain't so great, maybe that would be a good one to have it. Hey, anybody, right? But it's true. A lot of us we have work for people. The people that work for people, we know what they're doing wrong, right? And we are the ones that will say it. We'll talk about it in the by the what do you call it? The water cooler. But it's enough now. Now you can maybe give them a book and say, here, try this. So the number here again is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Now this, you also will do a free consultation with people. You do that?
Free consultation, free. You used the term mastermind group a little while ago. I heard you use that word. A lot of people don't know what a mastermind group is. It is basically leadership training, but it's leadership training with a group of people who are basically, I facilitate.
This would be
training.
A great book to do that with. This is a great book. And I'm telling you something, if you could have someone like her who can facilitate it. Now, Jean, I would implore anybody who has a mastermind group, this would be a great book. If you haven't got one, it's the greatest thing that you can do. I have one. I love it, and I think that everybody should. And if you don't know what it is, look it up. You can Google it. You'll know what it means. But this would be a great book. And to have a facilitator, there is nothing like having someone like you. You're trained. You've been certified, I'm sure. So she can really help. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You could check her out on her website. It's Jean, Jeanne. Lueders is spelled Lueders.com. Or you can call in here and we've got a book that everyone's getting entered in to win this book. It's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, 602-277-5369. Why then is leadership training so important?
Well, John's philosophy is, as I said before, everything rises and falls on leadership. So if things are not going well in your company, what happens in a big corporation? The CEO is replaced, or maybe a principal in a school. If the school's not doing well, the principal is replaced, or the coach on a football team. You see them replaced all the time, and they're replaced because the team's not doing well. So that's why leadership is important.
Here's another thing too. There's a lot of people that own their own companies, right? And they are the leader. And you know what? It starts at the top. And if you ought to take a look at yourself. Sometimes people ought to take a look at yourself. And sometimes these kinds of books here give you little ideas to just turn things around, just that little something. It could be that one little thing, and you read it again. I suggest them every morning, maybe for an hour, once a week with somebody like you. I like to do it every day, and then once a week meet, or even if you have to on a monthly basis. She'd be great to have as a facilitator. Again, we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered into win the book. It's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. It's by John Maxwell, and she's certified with him. And also, she's going to offer you a 45-minute lunch and learn. It's a $250 value. Basically, that's really just kind of giving you an idea of how she can help you. Again, that number here to call is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can call her direct at 602-214-3267, or check her out on her website. It's Jeanne, Jeanne. Lueders is Lueders.com. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back, everyone. And we're talking with Jeanne Lueders, and she is a John Maxwell team partner, certified with him. And, there's a lot of people that do it, and I know you said there's a lot of you that are in that, but it takes us a lot to become certified. Please explain what that means.
Well, first of all, we, as I said, we attend the conference every year, and we become certified at the conference. It's a thing they go through, but prior to the conference, we go through. It's almost like school online. Okay, and we also have mentors that teach us and stay with us constantly, and I have mentors right now that I work with every single day.
You've got skin in the game with all of this. It's not something that you just do. It's something that you really got skin in the game, and you've been certified, and you can do mastermind groups if you have a business and you want her to come in and you want her to straighten out that sales force, get them going. Who else do you work with? What other kind of things?
We do keynote speaking. I was just with a group the other day over at one of the major insurance companies, and there were probably 50 or 60 people in the room, and we had a wonderful time. I had the same thing as today. I had my talk all prepared, and I knew exactly what I was going to do. Only the people in the room had a different idea, and they laughed, and it was very interactive. It was a wonderful opportunity to talk to them, and it was something that they had to be there. They were forced to be there by their higher ups, but it was a lot of fun, and so I enjoy that. So coaching, speaking, training. And coming up in October, we have a global youth initiative that we work with, 500,000 kids all over the world. We go in and we minister to them. I'm not a religious minister, but we go into churches and schools and we talk to the kids about the things that are important to them, build them up so that and show them leadership, show them how they can be leaders, how they can influence each other. And influencing is all about, you become an influencer when you connect with people. And that's a big deal. It's one thing for me to be talking to you today, but it's something else for me to actually connect with you. And when I connect with you or anybody else in the room, find out about you, care about you, serve you, we have a relationship, and that's what leads to influence. Just like I was talking about the mom at home, you form a relationship, and then you have influence over the people around you, and that's a big deal.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We still have our lines open here, and everyone's getting this book. Again, it's not if you just don't have to have a business. You don't have to own a business. You can be even in business yourself. You can have several of employees. You can just want to learn how to be better. That's really,
absolutely,
we all
absolutely
should be doing these things. So when I talk about this, I know for me, I try and be the best person I can be every single day of my life, and that's what this is. So when you everyone's getting entered in to win the book, it's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and lead your own self. That's the whole point, I was going to say. And you're also going to get this 45-minute lunch and learn that she does, where she can talk to you, or a business if you're in business. So if you know anybody, we're going to do those separately. So I'm going to do that separately for anyone too.
Sure.
I want to do that way. Then that's a $250 value free to you. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm going to share something with the audience that they don't know anything about this about me, but about 3 years ago, and a lot of people have done Think and Grow Rich, and so this is just another book to do it. But about 3 years ago, that's what I did. I started with that, and in 3 years, I've gone into jillions of books now. That every single day I actually do that. Every morning I look and read for about an hour and a half of what it is I can do to be better. And I'm talking to the audience right now saying, you guys out there, if I can do that, and I love what I do, because every single day it's empowering for myself. It makes me feel better. And again, I was talking about that book the other day, earlier today, and those are the kinds of things that I do to help me feel good and do things that might maybe give me an idea that can make me a better person too. So we've got our lines open here. This book here is called 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. The number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You said that you could work with anyone in anywhere, actually in the world, because now everybody like you can do Skype and all that. Go ahead.
Oh yes, absolutely. We don't have any boundaries. if somebody in Kansas City wants us to facilitate a mastermind group or give a keynote speech, we can do that.
Okay.
I mean, it's just not a big deal. We can do virtual masterminds. We do virtual coaching, anything that makes it convenient for the person on the other end.
There's so much that people can do now, and that's what the internet has done for us, and it's just bringing us all even closer than before. Check her out on her website. It's Jeanne, Jeanne. Lueders is spelled LUEDERS.com. And keep on calling here. We've got our lines open here. I think the book would be a great book. I can't wait I want to get one. Again, that's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Start with yourself. 602-277-5369. When somebody is wanting to become better and become their own leader or become a leader or be a better manager or whatever, how long does it take? I mean, everybody wants that quick fix, but what does it take?
Well, sometimes it takes half a lifetime, and it depends on if you are determined to do whatever it takes. You have to want to connect with people. You have to want to. Young people, you don't have to be 35 years old. Young people make good leaders. They make good leaders. There are people, you look at them and they're
if I can be a leader, anyone can be a leader. How's that?
Well, you started out with you mentioned Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and I've read the book myself, and I'm starting a study on it on Saturday. I'm so excited that you mentioned that. That's a book that talks about actually being determined. One of the things I teach people is to spend time reading, even if you only start out with 10 pages a day. I tell young people that. Just sit down and read. Leaders are readers. And 10 pages a day, just sit in your room, turn that TV off, and read 10 pages, and you will find your life changing, I'm sure.
I have. I tell you, I have. I started it 3 years ago with that mastermind and doing the Think and Grow Rich. And it turned into that was done in an evening. But what happened was I was loving it so much that every morning, instead of getting up and just doing the same old, I turned on my alarm about 15 minutes earlier so that I had that time. And it turned into liking it so much that it's an hour and a half almost every morning now that I do that. And I say this, and I'm talking to the audience here because this is the kind of thing, these things, when you do them, you just try it. Just try it. All you have to do is just try it. It's like anything else that you want to start, any kind of different kind of habit that you want to change or anything like that. Once you do it, and if you do it, it takes about maybe, I would say, for me, I guess because I was ready for it, but I would say, they say it takes 21 days, but for me, when I was loving what I was doing and I felt that I liked it so much within that week, I could see this was really changing me. This was something I really like. And I did it then daily. And I could say now it's like something, if I don't do it, I miss it. Don't you think?
For you, absolutely.
So the same thing. So again, that's what we're talking about here. This book is something that would help anybody. But of course, obviously, if you own a business, but anybody can be a leader. That's what we were saying before. Right. Moms are leaders. There's kids that want to be leaders. And it doesn't take a lot to be one. You just have to get some great ideas, don't you think?
Well, you reminded me of my daughter-in-law just sent me a picture of my granddaughter. She's 9 years old, and she was just elected president of her 5th grade class, I think. Yep, 5th grade. And I know why. She relates to people. She is a happy little girl who is not afraid to talk to anybody, to help anybody with a problem they have. And
I'll tell you something. You have two types of people today. There's some that are not completely, they're in another world. Then there's more and more kids today that are growing up because this information is here. Yeah. And if you're a parent and you're doing it and they see you doing it, they are following you.
Yes.
What would be some of your final words for today that you want to talk about with leadership?
leadership is for everybody. Don't think if you have a desire to lead people, it starts with communication, then connecting with them, and then influencing them, and then when they have a problem or when somebody needs something to head up a project, or what, they're going to call on you. And I really want to mention this again, the Global Youth Initiative that's coming up October 9th to the 15th, and we're going to schools and churches, and if they have time available, we want to talk to their kids and share all of this with them.
Check her out on her website. You can see all the information there. I'm assuming that they can see it there. Mm-hmm. Again, it's Jeanne, Jeanne. Lueders is spelled LUEDERS.com. You can call her direct at 602-214-3267. We've got our lines open here, and I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of this show for this too. You're getting entered in to win 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100.